Welcome back, cocina besties, and in today's video we're gonna make some delicious chicken wings. So if you guys are chicken wing fans, you might want to stay tuned for this video. So for this video, it's pretty easy. You can use chicken wings or you can use regular chicken. I like the chicken wings because I feel like the sticky sauce sticks to my wings a lot better. You get more of the flavor because the wings are smaller. So we're going to create this yummy sticky sauce that we're going to pour all over our chicken wings along with that delicious arroz con habichuela, rice with pinto beans, and a delish salad. So here I prepped some veggies for como se dice, a homemade sofrito. So I started with cilantro, culantro, peppers, the sweet peppers, onions, fresh garlic, and I believe that was it. And I added it to this little chopper that I ended up buying in Icono for 13, I think it was like $13, and it was like the best $13 I've ever spent, guys, because this thing has made my life so much easier, especially when I come home after working all day in the store and I gotta cook dinner. Excuse me. Instead of chopping everything up, I throw everything in there, hit it a couple of times, and it's already chopped. And this is also good for, let's say, if you like egg salad, throw your boiled eggs in there once they cool. Give it a couple of hits, and it chops the eggs up for you. I love this thing. I need one of these in Jersey. So once it chops everything up, it comes out perfect. Look at that. How pretty. And look at those colors, right? I like it. Lovely. Okay, so then I had a chuleta. I had a pork chop from the night before that I ended up not making. So I seen it in the refrigerator, and I was like, let me just pull it out because I'm not just going to cook one pork chop. And I'm going to chop it up and throw it in my rice. So that's what I did. And a lot of times when I have like a pork chop or any kind of chicken, and if I incorporate it in anything while the meat is raw, then I'll take those bones and I'll freeze them. So I'll have a bag of like chicken bones or a bag of like pork bones. And then those I use it for if I'm going to make any kind of sauce, any kind of fresh beans, any kind of canned beans. You can use it for many things just to give it a more natural, organic flavor instead of always like running to get, any kind of powder sodium packets to enhance any kind of sauce or gravy that you're trying to make. So that's just a tip. That's that bone right there. And those bones always have like the most flavor. So this was a rough chop. Like I said, it's going in your rice, so it doesn't really matter. And then that bone right there for the flavor. So in a pot, you can throw in, olive oil, regular oil, achote oil, which I did not have this day. So I just added regular cooking oil, threw the meat in. You don't want this meat to cook too long in the pot because remember, it's going to cook in the rice. So you're going to add your meat to the pot on medium heat, cover it for a few minutes just to get it going. Then I added my homemade sofrito, but you can add, if you have jar sofrito at this point, you can add it to your meat, give it a good mix, still leaving it on low heat, cover it up for a few minutes before you start adding your rice, just so that everything can blend in together flavor-wise. While that's doing this thing, I went outside to grab some fresh oregano from my porch. I love this plant. I'm telling you, I'm picking this thing all the time. And it's not the only one I have. So, and I also made a video to show you guys everything that we've been growing on the property, especially all the mangoes and tamarindos, gandules, and everything else. So look out for that video. So I brought it in, rolled it up, gave it a quick chop, threw it in my pot, added my medium grain rice that I had soaking because I had given it a good wash, mixed everything together in there. Then I'm going to add 2 cans of water. I'm not going to tell you how much water to add of yours because I'm not going to know how much rice you're adding. But I think I made like 2 to 3 cups of rice. I really should have seasoned the rice with the pork chop. Season the beans with the pork chop, but I lost track. And then I'm just seasoning up my rice. So season your rice to your liking. And after I add the 2 cups of water, I have my stove still at a high heat at that point. I give everything a mix. I allow the water to evaporate in the rice. I hope I said that right. Once the water is gone, then I turn my stove down to a medium to low heat, sorry. So it's normally about a 3. Cover my rice up and I allow it to cook maybe for about 30 minutes. In Puerto Rico, it's 30 minutes. In Jersey, it'll take me sometimes 40, 45. So it depends on your stove. So then right now, just giving everything a good mix so that water could start evaporating. And then I can cover my rice and then we can move on to our chicken wings. And those are the 2 cans of water. And I don't always add salt, and you don't always either. So always, go taste as you go. And you can add olives, and you don't have to add olives. I added olives because I had them, and I like them in my rice. My kids don't, but I do. Give everything a mix. And I decided to add a little more seasoning. I felt I needed it, and a little bit of my homemade sofrito that I had left, because why not? The rice didn't need it, but I saw it there, so I added just a tiny bit. There goes the water. It has evaporated at that time. Cover it and turn it down to medium to low heat. It might be long. I added a half a head of garlic, and some ginger, and I just gave it a good mashing. It might be long so that I can add it to my chicken that I'm going to be marinating. That's my chicken after I gave it a good wash and rinsed off the lemon juice. And I'm just going to add all that goodness to my chicken to give it a good seasoning, because this chicken, honey, oh my God, it was so good. Look at that. I'm telling you, this is such an easy recipe. These sticky wings are everything. So we're going to add some of this cooking wine to our wings. And I try my best to give you the measurements. But you can make a bigger batch, just double it up if you need to. I don't think that you should make a smaller batch than this. And you can always leave the sauce if you don't use it all for the next day. So these are all the seasonings that I use. If you don't have white pepper, you can add black. I had white, so that's what I used. Oh, and another thing. When you do this recipe, I did it, at the last minute. But if you can make this recipe the night before and then just let it marinate in a Ziploc bag to the next day, you can do that. Another thing, if you don't want to fry your chicken, you don't have to. You can put it in your air fryer, or you can make it on the grill and then do the same, method with the sauce at the end. So here I'm just giving everything a really good mix before I start adding it to my pot. And make sure before you start frying your chicken that the oil in your pot is really, really, really hot. So now I jumped over. I let the chicken marinate while I started making my sticky sauce. So I added some butter. That was salted butter, I believe. And then we're going to add the sesame oil. And this is like a good size of the sticky sauce that I'm making. Like I said, if you're making a lot for a party or for your family, always, you could double the recipe. I am using liquid sugar cane because that's what I use. You can use regular sugar if you prefer, or you can use the brown sugar as well. I went with the cane sugar, and also I didn't have any honey at the house, but if you have honey, you can also add a tablespoon of honey to this recipe as well. And this is the regular paprika. I prefer to smoke, but I picked up the wrong one when I went shopping, not realizing that it was just the regular paprika. And I use some of this roasted garlic powder because I love it. I don't know, I just love the flavor it gives to certain foods. I wouldn't add it to the rice, I didn't like it, but to certain meats, the roasted garlic is delish. And all these combinations together give gave that chicken such a good taste. I'm telling you, this is an easy recipe. You can even make this sauce during the week and combine it into whatever it is that you want to add it to. So this is the sriracha that I found in Icono. I always say it, I don't know, como me sale, but anyway, they didn't have the regular sriracha, so I went for that one because I had no choice. This one, I don't think it has the same flavor, and for me, it's a little darker. So I didn't have any fresh lime, so I used the lime juice. But if you have any fresh lime or any fresh lemon, you can do that. So now over in our pot, I started to add the chicken. Remember, the oil has to be really hot. And when you start to add the chicken, add one piece at a time. Give it a little time for that oil to start bubbling up around the chicken before you add another one. Here it looks like I'm adding it fast because the way I cut the video. But I give my chicken a second or two, not a minute to a second or two, to see, as you can see in the video, that the bubbles are being created around the chicken. That's how I know that the oil's still hot and it's frying my chicken. As I'm adding it, if you add the chicken too fast and too much chicken, then the heat of the oil cannot keep up with how fast you're adding the chicken, and it starts to lose its heat, and it starts to create like a soupy, disgusting oil. So you don't want that. So now you can add to your oil the pepper, Dios mío. You can add fresh garlic for flavoring, which I did, and you can also add jalapenos to it, which I didn't have, into the oil while your chicken is frying. So I got some of this lettuce. This is Puerto Rico lettuce, lechuga de Puerto Rico. I got some radishes I sliced up and some carrots. And I'm adding these cranberry. They're so delicious. My cousin Angelina put me up on this years ago when she made a shrimp salad that I went to visit her. Ever since then, those cranberries are my go-to. You see the chicken? I did not flip the chicken until it looked like that on the other side. Once it looks like that time is when you want to flip it. Oh my gosh, so good, so crunchy. And the salad was delicious. Those cranberries are everything. And they're good for snacking too. So now my chicken is done. I let it drain, then I added it to this bowl. And look at that sauce. That sticky sauce is so yummy. Oh my God, I kind of want to make some today. So I added it to the bowl, and then I just tossed the bowl up and down, making sure that that sticky sauce was well incorporated within my chicken. So now, I don't know what happened to the video, but I did fry those veggies a little bit. Not a lot because I like a crunch before throwing them on top of the chicken. And then I sliced up some scallions. And look at that rice and that salad. I'm telling you guys, this meal was delicious. And it was so easy and so fast to make. All right, my cocina besties. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know below in comments if you give this recipe a try and your thought. Do you guys know what show I'm watching? And let me know if you guys like it. And let me know if you guys recommend any other show that you like. To the next video. God bless.